Welcome back to the Trainer Gallery podcast. We got another episode. We got some fire topics today. If y'all don't know, I am Shiny Vert.
I'm Elliot does Pokemon.
I am Misty from Pokepair.
And we got a new segment this week, y'all. We're going to start doing this every single week. I think it's really cool to show the appreciation of cards and stuff. So we're going to do Card of the Week.
Yeah, so this week's Card of the Week, you have the Darkrai V-Star Galarian Gallery from Crown Zenith, and we can have whoever's editing, probably Vert, throw that up on the screen. But I just noticed this one. If you look in the very back of the card, right on the horizon, there's a little door, and it's kind of glimmering. So I kind of looked into it, and it says apparently this is New Moon Island, where you find Darkrai in the games, and this door in the background is the way out of the nightmare that Darkrai has dragged any recipient into. So I thought that was really cool, and it's cool that they just incorporate little pieces, little bits of lore into cards like that.
Love that.
Yeah, that's super sick because I've always thought Darkrai was cool for that reason with the whole nightmare thing. Darkrai and Giratina are really cool. And I looked up how many cards Darkrai has total. I don't know if this is currently up to date with Crown Zenith, but do y'all want to take a guess at how many cards overall you think Darkrai has?
I'm going to say 50.
I want to say 23.
Holy shit. 24.
Oh,
24? Dude,
Elliot definitely looked that up right before the pod.
you're locked in.
He's like, let me not guess it exactly, but I'll get really close to it.
I was actually thinking 23 and a half.
What do you guys think of the artwork on the Darkrai from Crown Zenith?
Oh, it's so good.
Gorgeous.
I love it. Don't get me wrong, but way back when we were talking about what we knew a Darkrai card was coming out in Crown Zenith, but didn't know what the artwork was yet. And somebody had painted this picture in my head of what they would want to see, and I thought it was so cool. And they're like, if they did almost a graveyard, so you got Darkrai up front on the card, and then a graveyard behind Darkrai, but then it's almost like the Pokemon are kind of ghosts behind Darkrai, and it's he's eating the dreams of those Pokemon.
That would be really cool.
So
Sick, yeah.
I love the artwork we got, but I've always envisioned that on the card now.
Right. I think so.
Hey,
they did one.
You put it out into the universe, so maybe one day.
That would be so
They
sick.
did one for TCG Pocket recently. I don't really play it, but I always see the new leaks and I always want them as physical cards, even though it's never gonna happen. But it was just a kid or whatever sleeping in their bed and fucking Darkrai in the window, and I was like, oh my god.
Whoa. I haven't seen that, but that sounds sick.
I haven't either. Like you said, though, I really wish they would make some of those cards into actual physical cards.
Right? That'd be freaking sweet.
I low-key think we'll
so
see it
good.
eventually. I think they'll sprinkle some in here and there.
I had the same thought.
They're making so much...
I think
so much money off that app. I don't know if y'all saw this, but God, I can't remember what it was. I want to say they were making $1.3 million a day off that app at one point.
I would not be surprised.
and that might be undershooting. It might have been $3.1 million. I might have it backwards.
That's so nuts.
That's
a lot of people say that TCG Pocket app has a lot to do with this current boom that we're in, because it's the same thing as Pokemon Go really affecting that last boom, when Logan Paul was helping it.
That's interesting to think about. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
But there's the new segment. Let us know what y'all think about that. Let us know in the comments what y'all think about that Darkrai card. And then also, I'm going to pop up our Instagram, y'all. We've been really active on Instagram, posting the shorts and stuff. So please make sure y'all go give us a follow on Instagram as well. And we got some juicy topics this week, y'all.
Oh, yeah. Got the big Lee on the chopping block.
Drop the rhyme, Elliot.
Oh, I forgot what the rhyme was.
The big Lee apology.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Talk to me, baby.
All right, so if y'all haven't seen what's going on with the whole Leonhart situation, I did some videos over on my channel about it. But Leonhart recently did a trade up challenge. You know, a lot of the community had it got a lot of backlash because, you know, his status, the pressure he was putting, vendors having to make deals because they get business from it, whatever it may be. And he finally responded. I won't call it an apology, but he did drop an official statement regarding it. And so Elliot's going to read it, and we're all going to kind of give our thoughts on what we think about it.
Yeah, so we'll go section to section. And try to give a little analysis on that. But he starts off with saying, I'd like to comment on a few things regarding my trade up video. What was supposed to be a fun trade up challenge video with the community has turned into something bigger that I'd like to address. Something bigger that I now understand how it was perceived. However, I do want the community to know that this was not what was intended. I've never done a trade up challenge before, but I got excited when the community recommended I try it out. The video is supposed to be about the amazing people you meet along the way of your trading journey and how we work together to see how far we can go. Initial thoughts on the first segment.
I really think the idea for the video was a really good idea. I think doing a trade up, it's pretty cool. Like you said, you get to, you know, interact with people in the community and all of that. I would do it myself, actually.
I think though, like so in that first segment, I really don't like how I think everybody was expecting an apology, and then right out the gates, he's just like, you perceived it wrong. Like, he gets all this backlash, even from his own fans on his own video. His own comment section is just completely filled with backlash on that video of like, what are you doing? Why'd you do this? You're just using your status to get trades. Like, I think it's fine if like Misty were to do it, or like even myself or Elliot, or like any of us, because we're not walking in as one of the top 5 creators in the, you know, space that every single person knows and wants to do a trade with. But I don't know, like at the end of the day, I feel like he started that paragraph. It's not a bad paragraph, but he was just like, you perceived it wrong. This is what I don't know.
I agree with you. I don't think that he owes an apology for the video, but I do agree with what you're saying. Let you go,
I
Misty.
also, like you said, that people were asking him to do that, which I don't see anything wrong with, you know, trying to give your community what they're asking for.
That's true too.
Yeah, another thing that, well, I just thought it was kind of unrealistic by saying how, I mean, obviously there's amazing people you meet along the way and how we work together to see how far we can go. Yeah, we can work together to see how far we can go, but a typical person isn't going to trade a 50 cent, maybe less coin up to a $1,500 card or whatever it is. I don't know the actual value in what, like 3 hours or even a day.
Yeah.
That's just not realistic.
Well, bro, like one thing I left out of my video and I completely forgot to mention it. And like, I think most people that have been to a convention know this. When you go up and you try to sell or trade your things with a vendor, they typically always give you 70 to 80% value back. And all the trades he was doing, bro, he's giving like $100 card and he would get like $300 back. Gives his 300, he's asking for 800 back now. Like, that was insane. And then last thing is Elliot, how you were saying he doesn't need to give an apology. Rock, I don't know if you saw Rock Sandy's video. He dropped a great video. Was very fair. All his takes were great. The only thing me and him disagreed on is Rock agreed with you that Leonhart did not need to give an apology for that. I very much think he did need to apologize, just because of the sole fact that, you know, if it was just backlash from the community outside of his fan base, I feel like he doesn't need to apologize. But the fact that his own fans were coming at him, it's like you let your own people down. So like in that regard, I feel like he should have just said like, I'm sorry, it was a goofy moment.
I mean, I guess at the same time, the people, he said that they asked for a video like that. So like in his position, you can't do anything right. But I do think the way he went about his trades were a little weird, just because he was asking for so much more value and it just wasn't realistic to what like we would get for these trades.
Yeah.
Shall we go to the next segment of his apology?
Let's hear more.
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, the video was not perceived that way, and in fact came across a different look. And for that, I want to let you know that I understand and want to take accountability and let you know that I'm listening to your feedback. I know words are words, but I hope you give me a chance to take action going forward.
I mean, I like that part. I thought that part was good. Again, the only thing is it griping? The only thing I'm like grasping at there is I just wish he would have said sorry right there. Like, I'm taking accountability and I apologize would have went a long way. But regardless, I think that was a nice thing to say.
Kind of standing on business there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
What do
move
you-
on since there
what do you
wasn't
guys
much
think
to
about it?
dissect there. But making sure that anyone I spoke to at the show was comfortable was a priority. I made sure to continuously mention that there was no pressure, talk about that, to trade, and that this was for fun. I met incredible people that day, whether we traded or not. I did not receive any correspondence from anyone having issues post-event. If someone from the event does have an issue, you are more than welcome to reach out and see how I can help resolve things.
So I can see what he's saying by like he wasn't putting pressure on people to do these trades, but like you're saying earlier, just because of his status, there's going to be pressure within the person that's doing the trade with you.
100%.
Right, yeah. You can say, oh, there's no pressure to do this trade and give me all this extra value, but with someone with a following of what, like 2 million people, there's going to be intrinsic pressure to make a deal with them.
Yeah.
Like earlier, how I was saying, like all three of us could walk into a convention and do a trade up challenge. I personally would never do it just in case I somehow do have a fan there. I would never in a million years take a trade from a fan that I win. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I guess that's just my personal morals. That doesn't really affect this situation too much, but it's I don't know. It like he's putting pressure. It's like, bro, if Deep Pocket Monster, right, who gets millions and millions of views, walked into a convention anywhere, every single person in that convention is gonna know him and is gonna want to trade with him and is gonna be like they are willing to lose money in that trade just because they want to trade with DPM. And I get it, like they're a fan and they can make that choice themselves, but as the creator, like Leonhart in those shoes, knowing that that is what's going to happen, should like have a moral compass of like, let me not do this.
Yeah, because I do think it's an interesting idea. If I were to do something like that, I would want it to all be fair. Like you were saying, they do like 75, 80% of actual value. I would want to keep it in that realm.
Yeah. So, not moving on to the next one yet, I just wanted to break something down from the first line. So, he said that he wanted to make sure everybody he did a deal with was comfortable, and that was his priority. However, he did a trade, and he got a ton of value out of it, and then he went to the next booth, and he's like, oh, let me trade, I don't know exactly what it is, but he's like, let me trade this for your slab that's like $300 or more. And the guy was like, no, I can't do that. So then right by the booth, he turns the camera to himself and he gets a sad pouty face like he just got kicked in the balls, and he visibly looks angry that the guy did not accept his trade of an excess of $300 in value. And he's like, well, he didn't do anything for me, but these guys hooked me up beforehand. So if you're doing this right next to the guy that
Yeah.
just said no to you, are you really making sure that their comfort is your priority?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That's a little
because he
shady and
didn't?
also throwing them under the bus a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like because he didn't make a trade with him, then he doesn't have the right to make him comfortable. But with the other people, they made a trade with him, so he's like, oh, I'll make them comfortable.
And I want to
That's a little shitty.
I want to throw in something else that he was not so honest about in this statement is I don't know if you read this part already, or it might be in the next. I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but he says somewhere in this response that like no vendors or nobody had a problem with it, like nobody said anything. There was actually a vendor from that video that he put out that commented on Rock Sandy's video regarding the situation, And he said that behind the scenes, Leonhart had promised to promote him in some way
That's right.
for doing this trade. Leonhart never promoted it or promoted this guy, never put it in the video, nothing. So really, if that's true, really scummy behavior.
Yeah, gotta take that
Yeah.
with a grain of salt because obviously it's not documented, but still, if that's something that he did do, that is pretty shitty. That'd qualify in that sector.
Yeah. Let's hear more.
All right. Yeah. So the end card itself, as mentioned in the video, was either to have been used to begin the next trade-up challenge and then given away at the end of the video, or I begin the next trade-up back at 0 and just give the card away on Twitter where I've been doing giveaways. I had already given away an ungraded Moonbryon and Sunbryon, not a Sunbryon, it's a Moonbryon, get real buddy, online, and hinted at doing a PSA 10 Sunbryon, again, get real, you're washed, giveaway next if I could get one. So I did a giveaway for the card as soon as my previous giveaway, Iono's Belly Bowl, ended on Monday. Regardless of the path, the card was meant to be given to the community and not kept for myself. I think that is all cap.
Stop the cap! Yeah, I call cap.
So wait, did he actually give it away?
Well, let me give the rundown real quick.
Yeah, give us that rundown, baby.
So he started getting backlash in the comments on his own videos, and then multiple people dropped videos on like regarding this. Like Kyra had dropped a video, and at this point, I think her video had like 30,000 views. Then Rock did his video; it got like 10,000 in a day. I did my video; I think it was at like 7,000 or 8,000 in a day. And then Opossum did a video the same day I did mine, which he probably hit like 12,000 in a day. And then it was like the next day after that, Leonhart posted on Twitter that he's giving the card away. Because at the end of this video, Misty, I don't know if you know this part. At the end of the video, so he took like a 50-cent coin. He got a PSA 10 Umbreon from Prismatic and kept it. Like he didn't give it away in the video. He didn't say he was going to give it away. Nothing.
Yes.
Oh,
in the
so
first
he-
sentence,
okay.
he says, as mentioned in the video, it is going to be used as a trade up in the next challenge and given away at the end of that video, which he didn't mention another trade up video, and he did not mention giving it away. And he says, or I begin the next trade up back at 0 and just give the card away on Twitter where I've been doing giveaways, which he didn't mention that in the video at all. And I'm pretty sure Rock got into that. I didn't know the full details, but apparently that is just straight up cap.
I mean, there's no like evidence to say whether he was, what his intentions really were, but watching the video, knowing he's a massive channel, they have to sit down and watch this whole video, and they put it out knowing that like there's no mention of giving it away on Twitter or anything, which from a creator standpoint, if you're going to give that card away on Twitter, you would have promoted that in the video because it would drive a ton more people to your Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
he didn't promote that
He didn't
whatsoever.
mention it.
I personally just think it's cap.
Yeah. I do want to say, I don't think this could be a little controversial. I don't think he has, I guess, it wouldn't be responsibility. I don't think he's obligated to do a giveaway either way, but because of his status and like the cards I guess he has in his collection, I feel like he's kind of expected to do that.
Yes.
Like I think he's not obligated but expected, and because he's such a big channel and presumably taking advantage of people in this situation, it should go back to the community, and that wasn't really stated.
Oh, I'm gonna kind of go opposite of what you're saying there. I do understand what you're saying, like, just because of the video and everything that went down, that it should probably be a giveaway. But I do think it kind of sucks to also have that expectation from the community that you're going
Right.
to give something away.
Yeah, no, that is it's a tough balance because either way you're not gonna make people happy. We're saying here.
I think that in this specific situation, because like bro, the percent chance that in one single day an average person with no status could have walked in there with a coin and traded it to that card is probably less than a 1% possibility.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was like his status that fully got him there. Now, if he did like an undercover thing where nobody knew it was Leonhart and he had like a mask or something and was like hiding the cameras and he got that card, I feel like the expectations would be a lot lower for him to give it away. But because it was like him using his status, I feel like at that point he would have got a lot less hate if he just gave the card away.
Yeah, I think the big part there is that whether he wanted to or not, he took advantage of the people he was trading with.
Yeah.
And because of that, people expected it to be given away.
Yeah.
Because as we said before, he can say there's no pressure as much as he wants, but there's going to be inherent pressure when you're talking to somebody that you know and have watched for years and years that has 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pats on back.
What's that little smirk? Are you frozen? Oh. You froze for a second.
Oh, oops.
Ripped a little pats on back though.
Let's hear more.
Yeah. So this is the final chunk.
I love.
I'd also like to. I'd also like to comment on how the trade with Courtney was perceived. Courtney is an incredible person and a fan of the channel, and we did all we can to be informed of any value of cards in a trade before acceptance, along with myself mentioning multiple times that she did not have to accept any trade. It was kind of her to do the trade, and as a thanks, I told her to email me right after we did the trade so I can send her a special thanks for helping me out. Some very nice cards, in parentheses. Again, if there is anyone from the show that has not reached out but did have an issue, by all means, please reach out to me, and I'm happy to help.
Nah, he did Courtney dirty. He did Courtney so beyond dirty.
What happened with that?
Well, yeah, inform me about that one.
Just real quick, Courtney was the girl in the very beginning. She's an OG fan of his. She's a really big fan of his. And she immediately tells Leonhart that she collects pink, cute Pokemon. So what does he, at this point, she just wants to trade with Leonhart. It's like what I was saying earlier, where when you're a fan of somebody, you just want a card from them. And I get that. She can make her own decision to do that. She's probably going to be happy regardless with whatever card that Leonhart gives her because she just wants to make the trade. But this dude, Leonhart, knowing that she likes and collects pink, cute Pokemon, so he had a graded fire energy. And he asked her to trade her Mew promo from 151. The pink one that's like over the houses and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So he took that from her and gave her the fire energy. So he takes a win on the value.
Shitty, dude.
Yeah, he takes a win on the value and takes her pink and cute card and gives her a fucking fire energy.
Oh my god. That's just a prime example of taking advantage of.
Yeah, bro. It's like she's an OG fan. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, I would look through her binder. Like, if I was in his shoes, I would look through her binder. First of all, pink and cute Pokemon would be absolutely off limits. It's an OG fan that just wants to make a trade for you. So, like, maybe let's just skip the trade up for this one and let's just do an even trade to make this fan happy. I don't know. It's weird, bro. Yeah. And by the way, before he took the Mew card from 151, so I think his energy was valued at like $23 at this point. Bro, he pointed to the I think it's a Mew EX from, it's that one that's like all blue. It's an absolute gorgeous card, but the value on that is like $80. And that's what he asked for it first.
You're ridiculous, dude.
Whoa.
Fucking bum.
He's sick in the head, bro.
So the part that really gets me in this segment is, and we did all we can to be informed of any value of cards in a trade before acceptance, along with mentioning multiple times, blah, 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 that she did not have to accept the trade. That is bullshit, or he was just lying in the video, because he had, what did he have? Like a Champions Path ETB? Was that what it was? And
yeah,
he was like, oh, I don't know how much this is, but I see your Hidden Fates ETB. I don't know how much that is, so let's do a trade for that. Yeah. Champions Path, The Hidden Fates? What are you talking about, buddy? What are you talking
No,
about?
he didn't even
I
have.
don't know the Valley.
Bro, he didn't even have Champions Path at this point because Champions is 125. He had Shining Fates at that point, which is like 70,
right.
and asked for like the $300 Hidden Fates ETB.
Jesus.
And the part that gets me in that part of the video, he's like, "Oh, I don't know how much it's worth." Dude, you damn sure know how much that shit is worth. You definitely have an idea of how much that shit is worth.
Bro, and I love the
Not only that,
Oops, sorry, Missy.
you've got a phone in your pocket. You can sit there and look it up right there on the spot.
And he's just trying to go into it for the vendors to perceive him as ignorant to the prices, so that he's like, "Oh, he's a little loopy. Let's give him a deal."
Bro, he literally co-owns that app that scans the prices on shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I love the way he walks up to the vendors and he's like walking up with a Shining Fates ETB like he's a freaking 12-year-old, and he's like, there's no way you do the Hidden Fates up there, right?
Also, kind of on the vendors too, you should know that he probably knows more about what he's talking about than you do.
Yeah.
And he's a lawyer, or was. I don't know what's going on there. So he's a professional arguer and knows how to negotiate and make himself look vulnerable to the opposition.
Brother, you could be innocent and have Leonhart represent you, and you're getting 25 to life, dude. Like, you're going away for a long time.
The defendant did not shoot a load on the Oddish plush.
I'm trying to genuinely imagine Leonhart in court, bro. That's like a Better Call Saul type of. Okay, let me stop.
You'd be better
It is
off
crazy,
putting a
like,
suit on a
imagining him.
Machamp.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
like you're innocent, and Leonhardt's like, we should just take the plea. Let's just take the deal. We're gonna plead guilty. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I have tears in my eyes.
Oh my god.
But yeah, overall, like, I don't know. It's just I do think at the end of the day it was really cool that he released a statement at all, because not a lot of big YouTubers do that anymore when they goof. So it was really cool that he says he was accountable and stuff. At the end of the day, it would have been, I feel like it was like a 6 to 7 out of 10 response. I think with the sorry, it would have been like a 9 to me.
Yeah, well, the other part is it's kind of good on him, because in the past, like when he completely copied fucking Pat's video, he just deleted it. He didn't say a word about it. But he just wiped it clean. But now it's a step in the right direction that he did make a statement, and then he stood on business and kept the video up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think he was kind of a little bitch for pulling that video down. Just saying.
Yeah, that was scummy move.
Do you think him and DPM are rivals? Speaking of...
Oh my god! The DPM's got views on lock right now, dude.
Yeah, that shit's
dude,
crazy.
he hits trending with like every video he puts out. I mean, it's deserved though. His videos are freaking they're freaking movies, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you gotta have... I was just gonna say, you gotta have a lot of like good process and a very detailed work to get all that shit together like he does.
Yeah.
He's got a whole production team.
Yeah. I genuinely think like I think his videos have become a thing, which is really cool to see in the Pokemon space of like, I think people sit down with their family and like, you know, prep dinner and stuff to get ready to watch this on the big screen in their house. Like that's really the production he's putting out for Pokemon videos.
Yeah, that it's crazy. And it keeps you entertained like the whole time. Like one time, I don't watch all of his videos, but I saw it, I threw it on before bed, like to watch YouTube before bed. And I stayed up and I watched that shit. I couldn't fall asleep to it. It was too engaging.
Dude, I don't know why I'm
Um,
sitting here imagining Leonhart watching this podcast and like absolutely punching the fuck out of his screen right now because we just roasted him for 20 minutes and now we're glazing TV.
but he's kicking air over there.
I need to stop,
Punching
dude.
air.
All right, what were you saying about
so-
Destin?
Yeah, before we move on, let us know your thoughts on the whole Leonhart situation and what you perceived about that. But yeah, so we did have what do we have? New Destin. Wait, Destin Rivals released on the Pokemon Center for pre-orders, and apparently that was a shit show.
As
It
always.
was a shit show.
I did not.
I
get
actually
anything. Did you
tried
guys get
this
anything?
time. I tried. I went on the site. I got put in the queue, and I was in there probably like an hour or so, and I was like, "Fuck this! Like, nope, not doing it. I'm not
Dude,
gonna sit
I
here and
heard-
stare at my phone."
I heard that the queue was like over 1 million people long.
Over
That's
two.
insane.
Wait, over 2?
It was like 2.3 million, so I've heard.
Holy
oh my
shit! Yeah,
God, dude, that's insane.
yeah. That's exactly why I left, because there's no way. Either you're not gonna get product. There's no way.
I spent at least 3
Vert
hours.
texted me once it dropped on the website, or he texted us, and he was like,
Yeah.
And I went on the website right away. It was probably like 5 minutes after, and I was walking to class, so I put my phone in my pocket because it was cold as shit out, and I pulled my phone out, and I went to the website, and it refreshed, and I was like, okay, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
So then I just didn't
Yep.
wait.
I
So
spent
it's like, if you refresh, we're going to put you to the back of the queue or whatever.
I spent like a total of 3 hours on there. It got to like hour 1 and it kicked me out and said like you've been blocked. Like I guess they thought I was a bot or something. But then I saw in group chats that people were getting it like after the hour mark. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I guess I'll try again. So I reloaded, spent like 2 more hours in there, and then got blocked again. Screw it. I'm not dealing with it.
I was gonna say, like, what is the end process to that? But if you got blocked, then
Yeah. It's
does
weird.
it just send you to the site anyways?
Well, that's another thing that I think they need to fix. Well, I don't know if this is what you're asking, Missy, but like, so I've heard is that you can't even just go to the Pokemon Center link anymore. You have to have a link to the product page.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
Weird.
true, but I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that. And apparently you can sign up for like Pokemon Center emails, and that's how you get the product link, and that's how it gets spread to like all these group chats. But yeah, apparently if you just go to Pokemon Center, you'll still get put in the queue, but it'll never work apparently.
Oh. It's almost what they did for like the special delivery cards where they're like, we're going to send you an email.
Yeah.
I never got the email. Sons of bitches, they got me.
And they got a bunch of new boxes being leaked, like that beautiful freaking Mewtwo box. And I'm just sitting over here knowing damn well I'm never getting these boxes at MSRP.
Yeah, never. I've given up hope for doing like a Destin Rivals weighing video. Unless I want to drop like a fucking bag on that shit.
Oh,
Not gonna happen.
I know, man. I'm so nervous about trying to get a hold of it when it comes out.
let me ask y'all, because, okay, this is my hot take. I think Prismatic Evolutions was the most hyped release in the TCG history. With that being said, whether that's true or not, what do y'all think has more hype at the release, Prismatic or Destin Rivals?
The glory of Team Rocket.
I think I'm gonna say Prismatic just because that's what started the hype for all the sets that are coming.
The damn evolutions. They get you. They get you.
You both think Prismatic?
Yeah.
Right now, I definitely think Prismatic.
What? I think Destin by a long shot, not even close.
Really?
I think people are gonna be
Prismatic
killing each
started it,
other.
man. Like
Yeah.
Destin. I mean, I guess people have been waiting a while for Destin Rivals to come out, but just because of how Prismatic performed right out the gate, I'm going with Prismatic.
Well, I think this is what. So okay, I have 2 guesses at SIRs because I believe that we are supposed to be getting 6 or 7 more Pokemon SIRs that are from Rocket, because even though Destin Rivals has like Rocket, Heatwave, all this, specifically from Rocket, I think it's very safe to say at this point that we are 100% getting a Mewtwo SIR.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess I
for
can't say
sure.
100%, but I'd bet a lot of money on that.
I just released a collection box for Mewtwo.
Well, that's why I say that, because we were supposed to get Giovanni's Mewtwo EX confirmed, and they never said if it's SIR. But the fact they made that one a promo, we're still due some Mewtwo cards.
Yeah,
But then my other guess is a Misty's Gyarados SIR, which I really
Yes.
fucking hope so. That'd be super sick.
That'd
But
be awesome.
those two cards alone, bro, I think. Okay. Another question. Let's say we get a banging Mewtwo SIR. What do y'all think will be more expensive, the Mewtwo from Destin Rivals or the Umbreon from Prismatic?
Umbreon.
Umbreon.
Mewtwo.
People glaze Umbreon.
Mewtwo.
I know you love the Mewtwo, but the evolutions are just so glazed.
That one's
Yeah.
tough. That one's tough. I'm just saying Mewtwo, not because I do think Umbreon is like the new Charizard of the era. I don't think there's anything that can really compete with Umbreon right now. I just think Destin
Yeah.
Rivals is going to be like, the demand is going to be like a millionfold of the supply for this set. And I think that's going to make Mewtwo like, if Mewtwo's, the most expensive card in the set, I think it's going to make it stupid expensive.
It's gonna be
Maybe
a bigger
that'll-
set, right?
Hmm?
It's gonna be a bigger set.
I think so.
You think? Okay.
Maybe the
Well, that's
Mewtwo will sway people from the Umbreon.
good. One of the reasons, besides people just glazing the evolutions, that I think the Umbreon will stay higher is just it's such a big set. You have 32 SIRs, right? 30, or that could be completely wrong.
I think
Or maybe it's 16. There's a lot of SIRs, so it's a lot harder to pull. So the pull rates are difficult. So we'll see what the pull rates are for Destin Rivals.
That's the thing with, bruh, I don't know. I go so back and forth because I obviously like to pull my cards because they hold that memory and they're a lot more meaningful to me. This
Right.
set's gonna be so damn expensive to open packs. It's like, but I need the Mewtwo card. If there is one that's banging and I like it, I need it, bro. I'm gonna waste so much money on this set.
You're just gonna have to buy it, man. You're just
Buy
gonna
the
have to buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Buy the
just
single
forced
and rip a mail
myself
day
to.
video.
I just forced myself to buy the Misty's Psyduck and Misty's Lapras,
Nice. Let's go.
even though I want to pull them myself.
2025, y'all. It's 2025, y'all.
2025, yo.
Come on, talk to me.
All right, what about what did y'all think about, speaking of all this supply and demand and all the continuous issues that we're having, Pokemon released that statement 2 months ago saying we are on mass production or whatever, but they just released another statement, and in my opinion, it's the same exact statement with a little bit more fluff.
I'm gonna see if I have a picture of the statement. I don't know if I do. I don't think I do.
But y'all
know what
saw
they
the
said?
did y'all see the statement? Basically,
I did.
Read it at one point.
it was just them saying like, once again, we understand the problems in the community. We're trying to fix the problem. We are at mass production, which they said 2 months ago. So it's like, were we 2 months ago, or are we starting that now? And then, overall, it was a really good message, right? Like, they're basically saying they're going to fix the problem. My only thing is, can we get an ETA on this? Like, is this going to be 6 months down the road? Another thing they said is that we will start seeing some of these sets that have had issues get reprints. So, like, Prismatic obviously is going to get a reprint at some point. But my thing is, this could be 3 to 5 months down the road, and the second Prismatic is put back on shelves in Walmart, it's going to fly right off again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, kind of doubling back. One of the reasons why I think that Prismatic is going to be still more hyped than Destin Rivals, and I guess we'll see when this happens. I couldn't find any product for weeks after Prismatic was released. Weeks. And now I'm just starting to find it again after Journey Together is released. So I don't know if that's an effect
Huh?
of
You found prismatic?
after. No, I've been finding more cards in general
Oh.
recently.
Okay.
But after the release, I couldn't find shit for weeks. So now Journey Together is out, and I feel like my GameStop got a big release or a big allocation. So I think we're kind of getting back to a little bit of a state of normalcy, and it'd be interesting
Not
to
here.
see how
Yeah, no, I don't think so at all.
Destin really
No, this guy. Don't listen to this guy.
just gonna get worse.
He's giving
Well,
false
I'm
hope.
I'm just pondering here. I'm just pondering.
I think.
I'm still seeing empty shelves.
Yeah, that's all I've seen. And I think like that day you probably saw that GameStop. I guarantee you it was gone the same day later.
Oh yeah, it was. It was today or yesterday.
Yeah.
But the restocks that I've been seeing pictures from different chats have been bigger than I've seen before in a while.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like I mean, I don't. They got to be restocking here, but I make my rounds every single time I go out. I haven't seen a theme deck in 3 months, dude. A theme deck.
Same.
Like it's crazy. What are these people doing with the theme decks?
Yeah.
They're probably giving it to Leonhart for a trade-up challenge, so he could trade them.
Dude, he's probably buying them for his upcoming videos.
He's like, theme deck, there's 50 cards in here. Can I please have your $500 Charizard PSA 10? You're getting more value because you're getting more cards. And it's probably to like a 10-year-old child too.
Yeah. No, the statement was whack. I mean, it's good that Pokemon is fully aware of the situation. It's just like, okay, they're fully aware, but nothing's fixed yet, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a while before we get to the shelves how they used to be.
Oh, and then recently I got a comment that was pretty interesting. Somebody had commented back to me and was like, why do you think that Pokemon is, because I was talking about how like, okay, they've got to work on mass producing Surging and get caught up on that, and then that takes 3 months, and then they'll go to Prismatic and go on that. And somebody commented to me and they were like, why do you think that Pokemon is not doing multiple sets at once? And like, I guess they very well could be, but if they're at mass production and we've seen nothing yet and the demand is 20-fold on all these sets, I think that they would probably need mass production on one single set at a time.
Yeah, I don't know if the machines would be able to like do a run of Surging and then whatever and whatever and whatever. They'd have to do like one set per machine or whatever just to keep it consistent.
Bro, at the end of the day, it really bothers me. I was talking to do y'all know Tits
Grind your
McGee?
gears.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Tits. But dude, I love Tits. I just absolutely love Tits. I'm a huge fan of Tits. But if for y'all that are watching, there's actually somebody. I'm sure a lot of y'all know her, but her name is Tits McGee. But anyways, I was talking to her and I was like, this is the highest grossing franchise in the world. They have fucking, I don't even think people understand how much like fuck you unlimited money that Pokemon probably has. Like we could get a facility, money speaks, people. Like you can get a team of contractors and all the engineers you need, whatever it is that you need on the back end. Let's get this shit up. Let's build a new facility. You could have that done probably within a month. And then you would like quadruple your print. Like, why are we not just building more facilities? Because at the end of the day, if Pokemon is aware of this situation, they know how much more money they could be making by selling more packs. Like, why is this not happening?
At the same token, they could also use free exploited labor.
What do you mean? Nike?
Along those lines.
No,
Anyways,
isn't it crazy though, dude? Like,
yeah, no,
why would they not be like? Okay, it's like on my website, right? Let's say I drop a video that gets 1,000 views that's promoting a product, and sales are current. All right, I'm just gonna keep it current. But let's say I drop another video that does 1 million views, and then everybody wants this product, right? the first thing that I'm doing is immediately figuring out how I can get more inventory to move that product to make more money. Why would they not be doing that? What? Why you look cross-eyed over there?
I'm looking at the Pokemon Company overhead per year to see.
It's not enough because they can't even fix their fucking website.
Yeah, no, that's insane how much money they have. They can't figure out how to do a damn website.
Crazy.
I feel like obviously it's going to take time for them to like make more warehouses or, you know, build more machines, whatever it is they have to do. But if they would have started doing that process when all of this started, which I would say probably around Surging Sparks, they should have something up and running by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
They've been in business for how many years? They should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
It's already happened at least one time before.
That's what I was going to say, especially with the COVID stuff happening. Like, they should be prepared for this.
That's when they really should have done all of this, is back when the COVID shit happened.
Well, it's even like, you know, so Logan Paul really, he wasn't the only cause of that boom, but he really helped. And that's an influencer that gets behind it. So I feel like with the way, you know, disregard anything else that has made this current boom happen. With the way YouTube and social media was on the rise even after COVID, I feel like they should have already been thinking like, hey, we're going to have more creators come in and blow us up in the future again. Like, we need to be ready.
Yep.
Like, look at DPM and his shorts, for example. Like, dude is pulling 1 million plus views on multiple platforms every single day. Like, I'm not saying he's the cause of this boom whatsoever, but I'm sure he's bringing a whole different crowd of people in.
Oh yeah, he's definitely reaching people that were not in Pokemon prior.
Yeah.
Especially with his big videos going trending.
Yeah, my mother watches them now.
A lot of people.
I'm just kidding.
We've already seen other creators that aren't in the Pokemon space dabbling in the Pokemon space.
Yep.
That's brilliant, and they tend to be pretty damn big creators, so probably bringing a shit ton of people in. Boom.
It's crazy. Okay, real quick, speaking of somebody that, this is a little off topic, but me and Elliot were having a little bit of a heated discussion this morning regarding this and talking about a company that, you know, should be prepared and stuff for this. PSA, but more specifically, Elliot, tell them about that the whole GameStop rumor thing that you got going on.
So
it's a lie. It's a lie.
Give this little context here. I grade a lot with PSA, and in the last 2 years, every time I send out a PSA submission, which is bulk, I usually just grade in bulk, it comes back in 4 to 5 weeks. For my last 2 submissions, it took 2.5, 3 months to get things back, which we've talked a lot about like why this is happening. And today, or was it today? I don't know. But somebody I know in the community said they have a source at PSA that said they were told to complete all GameStop orders before anything else because people are able to grade through GameStop now. And this would explain a massive backlog that all of our subs are having. And if we go more into this, GameStop did appoint Nat Turner, the chairman and CEO of Collectors Holding Inc., to its board of directors in November of 2024, which was kind of around the time that GameStop started grading and PSA started backlogging. And Nat Turner is the CEO of Collectors Holdings, which is the parent company of PSA. Now, looking a little further, there's even been, I don't know how true this is, but talks of PSA buying GameStop.
Holy shit. Stonks.
Let's see that happening.
Okay, so do you guys believe the rumors that PSA might be grading the GameStop submissions first?
I want to do. Oh, you go ahead, Misty.
I have also been grading with them for a while with PSA, and this is the first time I have a submission that's been out for at least 2 months at this point, And this is the first time it's taken this long to get back, so I could definitely see that being the case.
So what I was going to say that I wanted to do more research into their policies because it does say like the estimated time for bulk is like a 90-day turnaround, but you do usually get it in 45 days or 45 days, 4 to 5 weeks. So why is it suddenly taking so much longer? And maybe in the policies somewhere, because there's like a 90-day window, they can push more stuff in front of your order, even though you ordered first, and send yours to the back. And if it gets back within those 90 days, then they got it to you when they said they would get it to you.
Yeah.
All right, let me break it down logically and realistically for you.
I denounce your opinion on this.
No. Actually, let me, playing devil's advocate. Well, this is actually what I think is going on, though. So think about the COVID boom when everything was absolutely booming and people were grading with PSA. There was a submission that I sent back at that time that I want to say took 6 months, or it might have even been longer. And that's because it was booming. Everybody's grading. There's a lot of money in grading, yada, yada, yada. Now, let's move forward to this boom. Not only do we have the boom of Pokemon happening once again, so obviously they're going to get a little bit behind again. On top of that, we have a lot more slabs coming in through GameStop, because you got to think about all the creators promoting it. Like Leonhart has done like 3 or 4 different long form videos promoting the GameStop and how to grade with them, and he's probably racked up over 800,000 views on those long form videos, and then you got all the clips behind it. I did a video, like a short, showing that you could grade with GameStop.
You just froze.
It's good on my end. Like when I record it, it'll show.
Okay.
But like when I did my short on GameStop on multiple platforms, that's like 3 million views. And like, okay, so now break that number down. Let's just even say minimum 10,000 people, because of all the videos that went out, want to grade with GameStop now, and they're sending 10 cards each. That's what, 1 million more cards going through GameStop plus the boom on top. I just think submissions are taking slower just because it's the boom and like GameStop is involved now. I don't think it's because they're pulling GameStop orders to the front, because that would be their whole reputation on the line.
I think you do have a valid point.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but also, like Elliot said, that they are who's the parent company?
The Collectors Inc.
Yeah, if they're getting involved, and also fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, shit. Blame Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Big Pharma.
Actually,
I just think that it's a little sketch if, they're part of the parent company, and then also there's a rumor that they want to buy GameStop, like PSA wants to buy GameStop. To me, that just, there's a little too much going on there to not think that something might be going on behind the scenes, like as in them grading GameStop first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see GameStop slowing it down a little bit. But, I mean, there's sources at PSA that are saying that this is happening.
No, the picture he sent me was one Instagram story of a random person saying that they had
not just a random source.
But it's just one source, and it's not even coming from the source. It's coming from a friend of the source.
Yeah, but it's also... No, it's coming from the source. So, it's somebody who grades a lot, so has connections with PSA and is a big collector. So,
yeah, I got a friend of a friend of a friend who says that GameStop.
That's just not what it is, though. That's just not what it is, though.
I mean,
they also, if it falls
rumors got to start somewhere.
Yeah. But so if it falls within that 90-day period, and they still get it done by 90 days, they're still getting yours done by 90 days. But they have a fiduciary responsibility to the investors to make them more money. So if GameStop is very good for people, then they're going to prioritize that because it's going to build new customers. And it's very expensive to get a new customer. And with all the social media promotion, this is like happening for free for them. very cheaply, and as soon as you get people hooked to grading with PSA, you're creating new loyal customers, and it's happening at a cheap. You're not paying as much to get those customers hooked. I mean, I'm kind of losing my train of thought
Well,
here,
wait a minute.
but
Another thing. They absolutely do want people to grade through GameStop at the end of the day, right? Because it's easier to get more clientele to go through GameStop because GameStop makes it easier for the average customer to grade rather than sending it themselves, because there's a lot of people that don't know how to send it themselves. But I guarantee you, like 100%, GameStop probably takes a pretty hefty cut from the profits of PSA when grades are done through GameStop. So I don't think GameStop is their end all. I think it's a help to like grow bigger, but like I just don't, bro. There's too many
so
workers. No, wait a minute.
What happens when PSA buys GameStop?
Okay, then maybe they start doing some. Why would they do it now? Why would they risk their reputation right now? And on top of that, again, we have a friend of a source. Why would there not be 20 to 30 different people that grade with PSA coming out and talking about this? Like that would be a huge.
Maybe there are, but we just haven't done enough research on it because
no, that
we
would
just
go,
saw this today.
dude. That would blow up. If anybody said they've been grading for months and months now, it would have gone huge.
Well, okay, but the faster that they get the cards back to the people grading through GameStop, the better it's going to look for PSA and GameStop, and the more it's going to bring people back to it. So they know that they already have a very solid audience of people that are going to keep sending to PSA no matter how long it takes. So if we're going to usher in a new stage of graders, why not get it back to them as fast as they can? So they just keep grading with PSA, creating those loyal customers.
It sucks though for the loyal customers that they have now that would rather just grade themselves.
It does.
Ugh.
No, in simplest terms here, let's think about this as a business, right? Could they make more money doing this sussy shit with GameStop? Yeah, a little bit. You get some new clients, you get first-time customers, you start building a new clientele, and your brand gets out more, right? I feel like there's a small pro there, but the risk, it's like low risk, or it's low reward, extremely high risk, because if this ever got out, their reputation is going to get cut in half. Like if it got out that PSA was, like if somebody had 100% proof that they are moving GameStop orders to the front, all the other customers would be livid.
Yeah, but if it falls into the policy where they still get your order done when they say they're going to get it done by, it's just not happening as quick. They can just say, oh, this is from an influx of cards coming in, but they could also just be pushing those cards that are coming in to the front. So that's why I think it's believable.
It is believable.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for them to be doing that.
It is believable. Let us know in the comments, what do y'all think PSA is doing this? I told y'all we have some hot topics today.
Yeah. I actually really do want to look into this more and look into their policies to what it says about like
fucking
a first
Inspector
come, first
Gadget.
serve.
Let's calm down, Sherlock.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking African sand goggle you, buddy.
Buddy's about to shoot a magnifying glass out of his sweatshirt.
Okay, well, I'll be doing my research and you'll be weeping because I'll have valid points.
Journey together. Did y'all go out? Did y'all get any?
Nah, I was on my way home on the release.
That is brutal.
What'd you do, you little pest little beetle?
So I got my pre-orders in, so I didn't really have as much pressure to get any, but I had a group project and a test the day of the release, so I was sadly not able to make it.
I went and stood in line.
You have some on the way.
Cockroach.
I went and stood in line.
Yeah?
Yeah, for 10 minutes.
For how long?
You're just not built different.
Exactly.
Bro,
you don't have motion.
Bro,
not built it.
No, I broke down the math. The line was about 30 to 40 people. They only let one person in at a time. It was taking about 5 to 6 minutes per person. Bro, that would have been 2.5 hours. I'm not waiting 2.5 hours to get 5 fucking packs of Journey Together.
Did they have a sign on the door saying how much product they had?
Yeah, and they had a
Mine
good
did.
bit, but even, so I didn't realize this is how GameStop does it. I thought it was 2 products max per person. No, it's 2 of everything plus 5
Yeah.
booster packs. And so within like 8 people in line, everything but the booster packs would have been gone.
Oh, I have something interesting for you. So I'm gonna read off what the poster says on mine. So it said they have 160 sleeve boosters, 9 elite trainer boxes, 17 booster bundles, 3 booster blisters, and 7 blooming waters, as well as promo cards. But so they got a big allocation. Here's what gets a little sketchy because they had the same poster out a few days before, and they had a lot more product on there, and they like kind of scribbled stuff out and wrote down lower allocations. So I don't know if those are being fulfilled through pre-orders or if the workers are taking some for themselves. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems a little sketchy.
So I thought GameStop wasn't doing pre-orders anymore.
Well, you could
Ooh.
still pre-order for Journey Together.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Yeah, I got my pre-orders
Oh,
through Journey or through
that's right.
GameStop.
That's right. It
I
was
f-
like grandfathered in
I
before they
forgot
started.
about the pre-order thing. I totally forgot about that.
Because what
Yeah.
I was thinking was, or what I'm hoping is, with them getting rid of pre-orders, which for me really sucks because that's how I get my product. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping we'll see more product in store now. So everybody that's waiting in line will hopefully be able to walk away with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they'll still be like cleaned out in a day.
I was getting
Yeah.
I was getting some comments on that video I did where I left the line and I was like, I'm not waiting 2.5 hours for 5 booster packs. And most people like agreed with that sentiment. Like most people are not going to wait for that bullshit. But there was like, there was like 7 to 8 different comments from these people that acted like they just went to fucking war. And they're like, shame on you. You want to complain about not getting Journey Together, which I wasn't. I just said I'm not waiting for that bullshit ass time. But they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
If you want Journey Together, you need to wake up like I did and go fucking wait in line. And like, brother, if I don't want to wait, that's my choice. If you want to wait from fucking 5 in the morning, you go right on ahead. It's not that important to me. They're acting like it's
Dude,
the most serious
littlest
thing.
things are so deep to some people, and it's insane.
Bro, I swear to God, some of these people like wake up, look in the mirror, and they're like putting the black ice shit under their eyes to go get in the fucking GameStop line. Like, dude, I'm not waiting 2 hours for 5 booster packs, bro. I'd rather fucking jork it.
Oh my god. That's valid though. Fucking wax the carrot a little bit.
Jesus.
It is crazy. I was like, bro, it is genuinely not that serious. Like,
Yeah. For
Yeah.
5 packs, 2 hours, no shot.
but the Cheetos shit, that's some serious biz.
The Cheeto shit.
Bro, tell him about that reel you sent. Elliot sent a reel in the group chat that I thought was fucking insane.
Yeah, I sent a reel, and I think it was 2 people, and they had 2 cards packed to the brim with bags of Cheetos. Now, they were a little overweight,
Oh
so I
my
don't know if
God.
they were going to eat them. However, their entire trunk was filled with Cheetos, like just a pile of dead bodies. And they were looking for that Cheeto Izzard.
No,
That is insane that somebody's willing to go through all of that for a fucking Cheeto. Oh my god. Like, is
And-
this a new collecting space now?
To my point prior, if they didn't find it, they could just eat it because they were thick.
yo, thick is an understatement. Bro, they're about to be supersized after. I'm gonna put a picture of the Cheetos on screen just so people are seeing how many Cheetos.
Insane, dude.
Because I don't even think you can imagine how many Cheetos that there was.
I didn't think they would get allocations like that in a Walmart for that much. Dude, there were so many Cheetos. It's so unnecessary. I hope they just go broke looking for that shit, honestly.
Bro, Cheeto
I
Company
wish
is
them-
I
printing.
wish them the worst.
Pokemon needs to hire the fucking printing facilities from Cheetos.
Oh my God.
How is Cheetos able to
That's
make
insane.
more shit than Pokemon?
Insane. We gotta take over the fucking manufacturing.
Dude, you know Moist Critical Penguin Z? Like
Yeah.
probably the #1 most popular commentate channel on YouTube. He just dropped a video last week. It was like the day after you sent me that. They did a video where they bought like 6 or 7 bags of Cheetos
way.
and they searched for a Charizard.
I'm gonna do
That
that
is-
on my short series so I don't have to buy fucking Pokemon packs every day.
Every
The
single
budget
day.
is saved, people.
Every
is
day, just
saved.
pull out one Cheeto from the bag. Like, not
I'm
today.
about to start sticking Cheetos in the binder, bud.
Sprinkle a
Definitely
little,
not addicted.
sprinkle a
Yeah.
little dust on there.
Speaking of a Cheeto Zard, do you think Cheeto Zard's gonna get a new Mega Evolution? Because apparently there's a lot of leaks of Mega Evolutions lately.
Oh! I wanted to ask you about this. Well, I haven't even thought about Zard. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. I think they do make another Zard just because.
Really?
Yeah. They've been pumping. Look at the past 3 years of how much they've pumped Zard cards and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know if this is so. This isn't on the list. I'm gonna go over something in a minute. Do you imagine if they did like Mega Evolutions? Oh wait, they didn't they? No, they did the VMAX. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. A Mega. That's a little different.
What if that mystery white one is like the first Mega Evolution they do?
Ooh.
Ooh, yes. That's got to be coming up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was kind of looking into this because I heard of a few leaks, but I wanted to see what was really leaked. So this statement says that Game Freak has yet to officially reveal a single new Mega Evolution, though the list of rumored Mega Evolutions is an amalgamation of those independently corroborated by multiple sources, many of whom have provided accurate leaks for previous Pokemon games to be included by multiple leakers. So we're going to go over this full list real quick. There's quite a bit, but so we have Meganium, Pyroar, Feraligatr, Chestnut, Delphox, Greninja, Floette, Zeraora, Zygarde, Scolipede, Frostlass, Pyroar, Dragalge, Scrafty, Skarmory,
Dragonite.
Drampa, Lynx, Barbaracle, Clefable, Drillbur, Excadrill, Chandelure, Victreebel, Dragonite, Hawlucha, and Starmie.
It's the only one on that list that I'm interested in.
Which one?
Starmie.
Oh, true. Could you imagine if they had a Mega Misty's Starmie?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be really
Everything
did,
else on that
however-
list, though, I feel like is just kind of like, eh.
What about Dragonite?
Dragonite would be fucking badass.
Skarmory? Feraligatr?
Oh, you know what's crazy? They left Typhlosion off the list.
Oh, because he diddled that girl.
Probably.
No,
Mega
is that really
Evolution is
why?
just like, it could be. Again,
Probably.
like they said, this is not an official. They haven't released anything officially. These are just leaks from apparently accredited sources.
But like Typhlosion has gotten cards since all that lore came out.
I love Typhlosion. They'd be doing him so dirty with that one.
But
What
there's
happened to
no
the freaking
dude. There's
dude
no
right there?
there's no shot that they release megas for the other 2 starters and not do Typhlosion.
Yeah, that would be really weird. Maybe it just turns into a guy in a suit and
Dude.
lures people back to the mountains.
Dude, Mega Typhlosion is just like it's just Diddy.
It's just naked. What if instead
What do you
of
mean naked?
Typhlosion-
Aren't Pokemon like always naked?
Maybe. What if instead of Typhlosion, it was called Freakflosion? Instead of having holes with fire shooting out of its back, it had holes with oil on its back.
Wait,
my God.
wait. This is a genuinely serious question right now. Think about this, right? Typhlosion wears nothing, but Gardevoir's kind of in a dress, no?
Hmm.
So why is
That's what I was gonna say about Frostlass.
Yep, that's
All the
another one.
women
So
Pokemon are
why
all in
why is
dresses.
Typhlosion naked and
Why do all the women Pokemon gotta be in dresses?
Yeah, free the
Bro.
women Pokemon.
Oh, low punny though? That's not in a dress right there. Give me that.
Come on, talk to me.
Oh my god. My coach asked I think it was my coach asked what our favorite Pokemon, and I was like, Coach, it's low punny all day.
When you realize Gardevoir's wearing clothes.
Hold on. When you realize the Pokemon aren't actually naked.
So stupid. We need one of Misty. Why don't I have like a
No,
embarrassing...
the fuck you don't.
When you're trying to rizz up Gardevoir. Woo-wee! Come on, look at that face. Oh,
Dude, I'm gonna freaking pull out the video of you putting lotion on your freaking elongated toe.
I fucking love that picture.
All right, y'all got anything else for them? We had some hot
Yeah.
topics. What you got,
Yeah,
Misty?
I got a good one.
Talk to me.
ooh, let's hear it.
What?
Talk to
Ooh,
me.
let's hear it.
Yes. So, yesterday I saw a video of the Pokemon community kind of fighting back against the scalpers and the bots. There have been people putting listings on eBay for Destin Rivals ETBs and booster boxes at market price, or no, at retail, and in hopes that the scalpers and the bots will buy them, and then they're just going to receive a picture of the ETB or the booster box. They're not actually going to get
Nice.
product.
That's
Interesting.
nice. But
But-
what if they just like scam like a little kid?
So they put in the title of the listing to make sure you read the description, and in the description it tells people like, if you're not a scalper or a bot, don't buy this. It's just a picture.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's going to do anything, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Well,
some
Safari Zone.
feathers.
Y'all know
Yeah,
Safari
that's
Zone?
for sure.
Like,
What's little frozen boy doing over there?
Do-
Oh, there he is.
do y'all know Safari Zone?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's like, I would say, one of the biggest websites to shop from Pokemon at.
Oh,
They put up a listing for, God, I want to say it was just like, let's just say an ETB. I don't know exactly what it was for. And they put it for $1,000. And I think it was a Destin Rivals ETB. And then they posted this to, I think it was Twitter or something, and said, nice try using bots at, and they tagged the 3 people that bought it. And so they just basically fucked them for using the bots to, like, exactly what Misty's talking about. And then on top of that, because we were talking about this in a group chat behind the scenes, it's like, even if those people want to return, because like Safari Zone probably has some kind of return policy, well, they probably have a restocking fee. And so it's still going to be like probably 20 to 30% of $1,000 just poof, gone.
Nice.
It's insane.
I see a little bit of like fight.
Chicken jockey. Linton Steel.
I wonder
Chicken jockey.
what Misty just thinks when we just
The nether.
Misty probably wants to kill
Water
us.
bucket release.
Chicken
I just
jockey.
think I have 2 stupid ass coworkers.
Yeah, I'm gonna light you on fire, Misty.
Linton Steel. Linton Steel.
Oh, Misty, can we see
You're
your
on fire now.
Misty? Can we see your new mug? Because you have a new mug every time, right?
I don't have a new mug today, guys. I just got
Oh.
Oh, whoa!
What a flaker! What a
Whoa!
flaker! New
Yeah.
mug alert! New
Nice!
Yeah.
Let's go! 2025, y'all. We got a new mug, y'all. Featuring a mahi mahi and a squid. I
You see?
believe
Wait,
it was like 6 years ago.
wait! Put the mug back up. Show them. You see the red little fish on there? That's his big
Called a
toe,
squid.
and the yellow fish is his second toe.
So, first of all, this is a squid, not a fish, you little pigeon rat squid.
Direct
And this is a
representation.
mahi-mahi Or a Dorado or a dolphin, if you will.
Yeah. All right, Misty, do you have any final questions for him? You always give him some good stuff to comment about.
Yeah, I actually do have a question. So, what do you guys think would be a good way to combat scalpers or bots?
Hell yeah.
Elliot, why are you gay?
I literally have a girlfriend. Wait,
No, that's a good question actually. Yeah, let us know. Good way to do that, because we see like what Misty was talking about on eBay. We see Safari Zone posting the listing. Oh, last one.
Vert.
Wait.
Why do you have the haircut of a 2005 metrosexual guy?
Pokey NE on his website. Big shout out, because he's keeping products at MSRP and stuff. He did the same thing on his release the other night for Journey Together booster boxes, where he deleted the listing like 5 minutes before, and then he re-added it so the bots wouldn't be able to like find the product. And instead of putting Journey Together, he did like J3RN3Y to spell like Journey different. So that was kind of cool.
I could see how that'd be a little sketchy if you didn't know the website, but for people who know, that's pretty cool.
Dude, the only thing that's sketchy is your little pedophile little mustache over there, you freaking Typhlosion, little long toed.
I got a little fucking beard. I got the duck feathers going with it. You got a little fucking chin strap there. You got a fucking squirrel clinging onto your face nuts.
Yeah. You had one FaceTime with
You
Johnny Boy, and you thought you could grow a beautiful caterpillar like John. You can't! You can't do it!
Oh, you're a wannabe Saquon Barkley with that chin, bud.
Let's go get fucking
Chicken
hydrated.
jockey.
Jesus, help me, guys.
Can somebody else say, let's go get hydrated? I felt so whack saying that.
Let's go get fucking hydrated. Wait, I have a better ending.
Oh, God.
Just end it right now.
So we get.
Are you filming?
Are you going to do it?
We're
Are
still
you filming? Let's go get fucking hydrated, people.
My God.
I hate him.